I would like to apologize in advance for the audio in this video. I'm experimenting with new equipment and this one definitely will not make the cut. I hope the video is enjoyable and I will have better equipment next time. Thank you. Hello everyone, this is James from Mad River Homestead here in Southwest Ohio. Pretty brisk fall day, but I wanted to try to get a start on my next project, at least get a start. It's the day before Thanksgiving and I'm just gonna have to work on this over the next maybe week or two. But I need to build another goat pen. As I said in one of my previous videos, we need to separate the male from the female once she has her kids. And he's getting to be kind of a bully anyway. It's hard to believe when you look at him. He looks so cute and everything. But yeah, he's starting to be a bully to her, pushing her out of the way when there's food, stuff like that. So let me show you what I'm going to be doing. So this is the current goat pen. And you can see it's pretty nice size. And then we got this path that goes back to our hog pen. Hopefully I'll have some videos of hogs next year. We're going to get a couple more. And Smudge is, I guess she used that hole, thought I'd made it for her. I started on my first post hole. Smudge, that was not for you. I guess I have to be digging a little bit more back out. But anyway, so this pin is going to go right along this path to back in there and go over, back to that tree right there. Probably use that as a post because it's a pretty nice straight tree, and then back to here. So not really big, but it should be plenty big enough for one, maybe two goats, because we do plan on getting meat goats at some point as well. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you what it's going to look like before I get it started, and I'll keep adding segments as I go. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. So Smudge also makes herself at home with the goat's watering trough. I turned this on a little bit too late for you to see her, but she actually stands on the rim of that thing and dips her head all the way down. Here she goes. She's going to do it. I'm just waiting for one of these days for her to fall in, but she hasn't yet. It's funny. They have water in their watering bowl. It's always fresh, but when they can find other water, they like to go for that. Hey, Rocky, what are you doing? You want to go in there with Smudge, huh? So it won't be as big as the other goat pen or quite as fancy. I'll have a nice shed, shelter in there for them out of the weather, and of course the hay feeder and all of that. And I'll have a couple things for them to jump up on and play on. But it should be just fine for a couple of male goats. We do plan on doing meat goats. Hopefully this coming year we'll go ahead and add meat goats, and so Ezra will have a buddy in there with him whenever we do need to use that pen and separate them. So I will continue to add segments as I go, and hopefully you enjoy the video. If you do, by the way, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Appreciate your time and watching this, and enjoy. Thanks. Get away. All right, so I've got both of the posts in the ground. So this is where the gate will be going, and show you what that'll look like. So this is the gate. So I might end up having to put some fencing on it, but I think this is going to be fine for the male goats. They might get in there and get their horns stuck, but they'll be able to turn and get back out pretty easily. So that's where the gate will go. And all I have left to do with these posts is to just tamp dirt back in around them, get them, pretty level, tamp dirt back in around them. I do not put concrete on these things. I saw somewhere where somebody did it that way, and it just made a lot of sense to me. So nothing I built here, except for my clothesline, has concrete in it. I wanted that extra reinforced because of all the tension there. But what I found is if you put braces in line with the fence, because the fence tension is going to be pulling it that way, obviously. So if you put braces in line with where the fence is pulling from, that's all you really need, along with tamping the dirt back in. Mother Nature will help pull all that dirt back in around that post, and it's going to be pretty solid. I'll show you what I mean by the braces. So that's what I did on these two posts on this gate. So you can see they're right in line with the way the fence is going. And so that's going to keep these from being pulled that way. I mean, I can't budge it at all. By the way, no concrete in here. That fence post is solid. By the way, what I'm using for fence posts, this is pretty cool. I'm really down now because I've used them on so many projects, but I got a bunch of these posts from a guy that rebuilds the guardrails beside highways, and he's been collecting these things for years. He was selling for $2 a piece, anywhere from 5-6 feet to 7 to 8 feet long. So they've really come in handy. Like right now, I got a great place to keep my coffee. So that's what I'll be doing for the next few minutes, is getting these things pretty leveled up, and then I'll be starting on the next post down the line. Okay, got all the posts up, and all I have left to do for today is get these braces in on each post. I'm hoping to get those done today because my grandson's supposed to be coming tomorrow for Thanksgiving, and you might think it's cruel, but I will put him to work. He loves to work, so shouldn't be a problem. Hopefully he can help me get that fence stretched tomorrow. That would be awesome. All right, let me get to it. So in case you weren't able to see what I'm doing, I got these I'm driving down into the ground. It's just about 16, 17 inches long. Drive that down into the ground and then run that diagonal piece from the post down to this. So that's that bracing is going to hold this in place. Also, I'm using treated wood on this, which doesn't typically split, but I recommend pre-drilling holes anyway, just to be sure, because you're so close to the end. So the thing will not pull this way. So now when I stretch that fence onto it, it's going to be nice and tight. Okay, as you can see behind me, the sun is setting. Gonna have a beautiful sunset there. But I did get accomplished what I really wanted to get accomplished today, and that was getting those posts in as well as the braces. So hopefully we have some good weather tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be good, and hopefully we have time that we can go ahead and get the fence stretched. I would love it if my grandson could help me. He's way stronger than I am, and it helps to have someone that's pretty stout. So as you can see, got the braces on there. Those two posts need two braces, right? Because the fence is coming around and going that way, same there, and then that way. So got two there, got the ones put on here. So the gate posts will be nice and steady. Didn't have to put any on that post over there. That's a tree. It's pretty sturdy already. So yeah, pretty happy with what I got done today. What do you think, Rocky? You proud of Daddy? Huh? No. Indifferent. All right, so it's the day after Thanksgiving, and guess what? I ate too much yesterday. I was too uncomfortable, so I didn't get anything done yesterday. But that's okay. It's a day to rest, eat, relax, all that good stuff. And I really enjoyed the time with my grandson, so that was awesome. So today I'm going to at least try. I do have to run into town and get a couple things, some goat feed, things like that. But I am going to try to at least get some of this fence stretched. Kind of depends on how quickly it's going, how much I'll get done, obviously. Um, but yeah, so let's get going on that. So this is what I'm using. These barbed staples, they have barbs in them, so they don't pull back out quite as easily. Um, but they're about an inch and a quarter long, I think. So what you want to do, you want to go across these joints here. Otherwise, it could slip out. So I just put a gap of 2 between them. This is what I mean. Well, I have one here. The other ones, there's 2. You don't need one on every joint, obviously. All right, so this is the fence stretcher. If you saw my video on building the first goat pen, I kind of showed this. Didn't really show it in much detail, so I'll just show you. I've got 4 carriage bolts through it, right? On either side, it's 2 pieces of wood, So I'll attach this to the fence, and then I'll wrap straps around it, go around a tree with my come along, and just stretch it until it's as tight as I need it to be. So I'll show you how this works. All right, so I've got the fence stretcher on. You can see it's right down that section there. And now I got to get the straps wrapped around and get it stretched. All right, so I've got the straps wrapped around that tree. Got my come along on the fence stretcher. The last time I did it, I used another strap wrapped around the come along. I'm going to try just wrapping that cable around the come along. Hopefully it doesn't cut into it too deep. We'll see. If so, I'll use the strap from there on. So I have to get that come along attached to the yellow. All right, it's just about as tight as it's gonna get. Should be plenty tight enough. Now just put the staples in this post and we'll go on to the next one. All right, so as you can see, I've got the strap around my fence puller as well as the tree. That last one that I pulled was just a little bit uneven at the bottom, and it was because it just wasn't, it was kind of centered, but this way it's pulling from both the top and the bottom, so it'll have a much more even pull. Staples in it. One more to go. Okay, after a long week on the road, I'm back at it. Logged about 1,600 miles, went through lake effect snow and Buffalo, and it was pretty hairy, but I'm glad to be home and no snow. And it's right around 55 degrees, I think. So anyway, I finished stretching the fence, and so now I've got to put the post. I like to do the posts after the fence. It's just easier for me. And I like to put the posts, the T-posts, about every 7 to 8 feet. And that seems to be working out really well on the other pen. So let's get to work. Another thing is you want to make sure you put these posts on the outside of the fence, especially with goats, because they love to stand up on the fence. Okay, the only other thing I'm going to do today is get this gate installed. Should be pretty easy. But it is cold out here, and it's my wife's birthday, and I want to knock off pretty soon anyway. So it's not really that cold, it's just the wind is blowing so much. All right, it is a brisk December afternoon, and I just came back from getting all the lumber for building the goat shed. But I'm going to go ahead and close this video out just on the goat pen build itself. As you can see, it's all done, except for the latch on the gate. I'll be getting that in this week, and so I'll put the latch on and have a chain on as well as backup. And so probably one of the next videos I'll be doing will be showing the goat shed build, which I'll put the back of it right here. It's going to face that way, which is east. A little bit nervous about that because they won't be facing the house and can't see them and everything. But you know, we have not had any problems with coyotes. I've heard them a few times out in the fields, but not a whole lot. So hopefully we'll never have a problem. But yeah, so it's going to be just a 3-sided shed, and I'm probably going to build the hay manger just on the inside of the shed. I've seen some of them done that way, so we'll see. But anyway, I wanted you to see what it looks like all finished. It's turned out pretty good. All right, well, thank you so much for watching the video, and hopefully it was enjoyable for you to watch. And if you did enjoy it, please like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification button so when I do new videos, you'll know about it. Anyway, till the next video, thank you so much for your time and watching, and God bless you.